Hey guys, it's that time again for me to go through your, the viewers' Tinder profiles. So how can you improve your results and matches and dates that you get through Tinder? Keep watching to find out. With these profiles, I've barely glanced at them because I want you, the viewers, to see exactly how I process Tinder profiles the first time that I see them. So let's get rolling. The first profile that I want to look at belongs to Brian. He sent these through to me. So this is his first photo. Now, I can tell you straight off the bat, this isn't such a great first photo because you've probably all heard me say this before, but your first photo is by far the most important part of your entire Tinder profile. That shot has got to be killer. Now, when I look at this photo, what do I see? I see, oh, Mom, do I have to take this photo at Christmas dinner? You know, you're not smiling. It looks like you're grimacing. You look a little bit uncomfortable. It's not what I'd call super flattering. It's not a high quality photo. You know, no, this isn't ideal. I'm sure you've got other photos where you're looking more appealing than in this one, right? You're looking actually happy, you know, or actually standing in a comfortable way. So let's have a look at picture number 2. So here you go. Picture number 2 is showing you graduating. This is a photo of a photo. Not a fan of this. Again, it's about high quality. So if you have low quality photos in your Tinder profile, it makes you look like a low quality product, right? Just like any kind of advertising and marketing out there, you want to look as top notch as possible. And this, unfortunately, is not ideal. So yeah, you're going to want to change it. So if you have to use a photo of a photo, do it outdoors so you don't have the flash reflecting back, creating a huge dot in the middle. Going on, we got a photo of you with a friend in the car flipping off the camera. I can't actually tell if that's you or your friend flipping off the camera, so that's step 1. If it's not clear who it is in that shot, it's not a good shot. It's very dark, but also flipping off the camera, trying to be cool. I'm sure it was fun, like it was a fun moment when you took this photo, but again, it's like, this is not demonstrating anything necessarily desirable about you. It's too dark, you can't see you properly, you're flipping off the camera. That shows you trying to be cool, possibly try hard. Again, not the kind of photo that I'd be trying to use. I'm not trying to be hard on you, bud. But again, if you want to get matches, you're going to need to improve these. I'm giving you this impression of how women are going to see these photos. Moving on to the next one, you got this cute puppy here. Look, I'm all for cute puppies on all kittens on Tinder. They perform really, really well. I would love to actually have a photo of you with the puppy. That's a way you could improve the shot again. Because it's one thing to have a photo of a puppy, that's great. Another thing to have a photo of the puppy actively liking you, like it shows you being tender because an animal's being loving and affectionate with you. It's a very appealing way to get a photo of a guy for Tinder. The last shot is what I presume is you playing baseball. Cool. It's an activity shot. It's showing you engaged in an activity. I'm okay with that for a photo, but if you want to start getting some matches, I don't think you're going to get many matches at all with this profile. I'd be really surprised. The way to get more matches, you're going to have to get more appealing photos. It's that simple. Photos where you're looking attractive, like smiling or looking comfortable, confident, you know, dressed well. All that kind of stuff in a photo is going to really help boost your matches on Tinder. Let's have a look at what you wrote in your About Me. So what you wrote in your About Me, you said, so height verification is really coming to Tinder, I hear. Well, at least now nobody will say that I'm lying about being 6'10". Man, I don't want to be too hard on you, Brian, but there's a lot of things wrong with this. There's one thing right, which is that you mentioned your height. If you're tall, great. If you're tall, like if you're at least over 6 foot, mention your height. See, I'm a relative short ass at 5'8", so I don't mention my height on Tinder. There's no need to. If it's important to women, they'll ask me, and then I'll be honest. There's no need for me to broadcast it. But yes, if you're tall, you might as well broadcast it here. That's the only thing you say about yourself, though. Like, that's all you have to say for yourself. There's no playfulness, no banter, no humor. You're not enticing her to want to match with you unless she's really after a tall guy. The other thing that is really, really, I'm not appreciating about this is that you've got grammatical mistakes. So you've said we apostrophe LL as in we will. And of course, if I say we will, at least now nobody will say, right, it's well. Right, well, at least now. So make sure, if you're going to write that profile, make sure that it's grammatically correct and the spelling is all correct, because that is going to matter. It's not going to matter to every woman, it's going to matter to more than half. So it's another way in which you're going to hurt your match rate. And quite possibly you're going to damage your response rate. So you get a lot of women flaking. They match with you and then they'll see, shitty grammar, all that kind of thing. You'd be amazed how many women don't bother talking to a guy because there's plenty of other guys who are writing and spelling correctly that they could interact with. So yeah, that's your profile, Brian. There's a lot to be improved on. You're a decent looking guy. You should be able to get some good matches, but you're going to need some better photos to achieve it. Righto. So let's go along. My next profile that I want to have a look at that's sent through to me by Michael. So this is Michael's very first photo. Now, Michael, again, the broken record thing, the quality of our first photo. What don't I like about this photo? It's not flattering. Your hair is all over the place. It looks like you've got bad hair. Your eyes are cut off by your glasses. And this is an important thing. Eyes are really important to women. I always say your first photo in Tinder, a woman needs to be able to see your eyes clearly. If she can't see your eyes, it's the wrong first photo. And here your eyes are kind of pretty much masked by the glasses. And the fact that they're masked actually makes you feel shifty. When I look at this photo, I feel you feel shifty. Definitely not the first impression you want to create. This is going to make it hard to get matches. Now you're 18, which makes it harder already to get matches. Obviously you can get matches at 18, don't get me wrong. It's just harder at 18 than at 20. Because women in general, an 18-year-old woman generally would rather date a guy who's 20 than a guy who's 18. It's a weird age, it's a weird point for guys and girls. So I don't know if you use Tinder Gold. I'm not saying you should get Tinder Gold just for this, but if you happen to be using Tinder Gold, just hide your age. Like, knock it out of the way, and then women won't see it, and that will actually help with your matches considerably. So yeah, that first photo, not great. Definitely want to have a better photo there, more flattering. I've talked enough about that. Looking at your second photo. Now, your second photo needs to be your second most flattering photo that you've got. And when I see here again, we've got your hair is a bit crazy. I can see your eyes better, not ideally. Why not ideally? Because the light in the photo is creating a huge amount of light underneath your eyes, which is making your eyes really dark. Again, it's making your eyes hard to see. So this is stuff you need to think about with your photos. And as well, it's not a high quality photo. So it's pretty grainy, it's pretty washed out. You're smiling at least, which I like. I would rather you were a bit better dressed, I think, although that's not the end of the world. So yeah, I mean, this is more flattering than your first photo by a large margin. So again, even if you just had this as your first photo, that'll get you better results. But I know, I can see that you could get, more attractive photos of you that would sell you much better on Tinder than what you've got here. So there's some things to think about. Looking at your third photo, all right, this is a stylized shot. Do I like it or hate it? It shows you in your natural environment somehow. Like, I feel like that's what you look like on a day-to-day basis. It's not selling anything about you. It's just kind of selling what you look like as a regular guy. This to me is a photo that isn't hurting you and it's not helping you. It's not doing a huge amount either way. Ideally, we want most of our photos to be doing something of benefit, either making us look good or showing us in a new light, doing something different. This isn't doing really many of those things at all. The next shot, again, it's one of those, I'm not hating it, but it's not doing anything for me. It's, if that's your car, that's cool. Photos showing off of the car rarely work how you want them to. So if you're trying to show that off, that's not always going to work in your best favor, unfortunately. And again, so as far as you and what you're looking like here, it's not showing you doing anything interesting. It's not showing you dressed in any way that's different. I can't see your face any better. So it's kind of a meh photo for me. The next one, all right, this is interesting because this is you in a totally different light. It barely looks like the same person. Let's not say that's a bad thing because it's different. You're not wearing glasses. It's interesting and stylized. And it shows somehow that you're not taking yourself too seriously. A mistake a lot of guys make on Tinder is they're trying to always look the hottest instead of sometimes just having something a bit different, a bit abstract. Cool, I'm okay with this photo. This photo can stay. Definitely not one of your first photos because it should be down the line, but I'm okay with that photo. The last photo that you've got here that you sent me, I don't know what this photo is supposed to achieve. You've got a tattoo on your wrist, but I can't see it properly because it's off the edge of the camera. You're reading a book. I mean, I don't understand why this photo is included. I wish I did understand better, but it's not. I can't see what it's possibly bringing to the table other than it's just a totally random photo of you in your car. So yeah, I mean, again, big question mark. If you're going to put a photo of your tattoo, throw a photo of your tattoo there. Why? Because, hey, plenty of chicks dig tattoos. Not as many 18-year-old guys have tattoos. Let's show that shit off. I'd get that, but it's right off the edge of the camera. It's not making sense to me. Alrighty, let's have a look at your profile, what you wrote. All right, you said, about me, halfway between e-boy and hypebeast. Super organized, 100% effort. My PacSun supervisor over a year ago. This one has huge potential, my 87-year-old neighbor. I want to work for him one day, Elon Musk. Whatever that says, my 10th grade Chinese teacher. Look, I'm okay with this. This is a profile style that I've talked about in the past, and it works because to write them up, as long as you've made it a little bit original, and I've never seen these quotes and these things before, so it's original, you've put in some thought, you've made it unique, you've demonstrated a little bit of a sense of humor, which is great, which is fine. There are other ways to write a profile. I'm okay with this. Let's not change this for now because this isn't hurting you and it's doing you some good. So let's leave that profile now. If I just have a look at your search radius and your age range, yeah, look, age range 18 to 22, that's perfect for your age. Maximum distance 14 miles. I'm okay with that too. That's an okay search range. So all those things are okay. The main deal, again, and I'm sure I sound like a broken record when I go through these profiles, but yeah, it's photos, having those good quality shots that are flattering, that show you off in a really positive light, that are high quality. So get those, because get those in and your results are going to jump through the roof. But right now, again, with a profile like this, I'd be surprised, Michael, if you got any better results than Brian. That's what I'd be surprised about. But we'll see. We'll have to see, get those photos improved, send them through to me again, and we'll see what we can do. All right, lastly today, we're going to have a look at Steve's profile. So this is a little bit of a departure here. So the first photo that I got of Steve, look, this is a good quality shot. It's you with a small animal, which is great. The animal's giving you affection, double thumbs up. And you're smiling, which is great. Okay, let's go on. I'm starting to get feelings about this profile already. Hold that thought. I'm going to go on. All right, so we got your second photo. Again, this is a flattering photo of you. Well shot. I'm noticing that the suit jacket doesn't appear to be the right fit for you. I'm pretty sure that's too big for you if I look at the way those sleeves are falling on your body. That's not ideal. These are things that women see and they pick up on. But it's a nice shot, and of your face, you're looking really nice here. So let's go with that for now. Third shot, again, really nice, high quality photo. It's relatively flattering. I like this. Okay, cool. Going on, I like this as well. Some guys will say, this shows you to be a gamer. It looks like you don't have a life. I actually don't mind it. Most women, as long as a guy has a life outside of computers and stuff, she doesn't mind if he's a bit of a nerd. Like, nerds have their own benefits, their own good things going for them, as well as the fact that as a side profile shot, this is oddly appealing of you. This is this is you looking attractive in this photo. So I'm actually in favor of keeping it. And lastly, we've got a photo of two cats, Luna and Tyra. Okay with that too, showing you have cats. You've already got a photo of you with the cat. Now you're showing you've got two of them. I'm actually okay with this too. And your last photo is you at a pulpit doing some sort of public speaking. Activity shot, I'm great with this too. Now, as a series of photos, before I look at what you've written in your profile, actually, I'm going to talk about your photos first. So, Steve, if you're looking for a relationship, all these photos are great. How you're coming across in your photos is trustworthy, reliable, friendly, nice. You're coming across really sweet. And I don't necessarily mean that to be mean to you, because that doesn't have to be a mean thing. But it does mean that if you're looking for something that isn't relationship, like casual sex or things like that, this profile is not nearly edgy enough. You just look too damn wholesome, right? So these things are going to play a role. Now, if you're looking for a relationship, that's fine. This profile is good for that. I probably wouldn't lead with the very first photo of you. This first photo of you is soft. I can't think of a better word for it, and it's something that I would consider, because it's the first thing they're going to see of you. And what I'd rather do is take one of the others, probably your second photo. If you had to use one of these, I'd take your second photo and make that the first. I would move that around because I think that that first one is just too soft somehow. The second one is at least a little edgier and you dressed a little differently. I prefer that. You could even potentially use your third as well, but I think your second's a better one using my intuition. You could put these photos onto photofeeler.com and just rate them and see how women rate them in attractiveness, and you'll get some idea which you should use first. So yeah, okay, so that's your profile. And as I said, how could you make these edgier? That's hard. I'd need to change your clothing to make you look edgy. Something about your clothing is making you feel really sweet and like nice and husband material. I'd like to see you in something edgy, at least a leather jacket, something a bit more rough around the edges. That kind of thing to sharpen, to edge you up a little bit. If you don't own that kind of clothing, if that's not you, maybe that's not the way to go. But that's what I'm sensing from this profile. So it's a really nice profile for relationships. Let's see what you wrote in the profile, Steve. So you wrote, warning, all matches will be thoroughly reviewed by my mum first. You know what? This is, again, it's just in reinforcing the wholesome thing. I know it's a joke and it's playful. That's totally okay. But when you're already looking so wholesome, you're just reinforcing that. If that's what you're going for, and it could be, great, stick with it. I'm okay with that. If you're, it says, I'm a power engineer who loves fitness, public speaking, gaming, and the occasional nacho splurge. Would you rather have to go to the bathroom in a giant litter box in your house or anywhere you want, but only outside? Okay, cool. You've asked them an interesting question. Bit more wordy than ideally I'd like, but no, I'm okay with that. Again, so your profile is demonstrating a little bit of playfulness. I kind of recognize I'm sure you must have watched a number of my videos because there's a number of things here that looks like you've taken from my videos, which is great. I feel really flattered. This is overall a nice profile. You're going to get some matches. Your age range that you've put here in your profile, if I have a look here, maximum distance and age range, these are two things that are too broad, way too broad. Your profile is very unlikely to match you young girls because you don't have the edge. You're 34. 34 is great, but it's lacking edge. So what I would do, if you're looking for a relationship, which this profile is clearly geared for, first of all, I'd change your age range to, let's say 26 or 27 to 40. And I would set your maximum distance at 20 kilometers. I don't know if you've put 80 kilometers because you just live in the middle of nowhere. Now that's going to make it harder to get matches on Tinder. If you're living in a really small city and you've got to put a large radius just to get enough women, that will make Tinder hard to get results, no matter how good your profile is. But if you just put it at 80 randomly, but there's enough women within 20 kilometers, set it to 20 because that again is going to help your match rate because lots of women are going to see you and you're going to be too far away and they're not going to bother. So reduce that down drastically. That would help you immensely as well. Okay, so that's all I can see from your Tinder, Steve. Steve, nice profile, nicely put up. You're going to need more edgy photos. I mean, they're attractive of you now as they are. Totally happy with them. But you're going to need edgier photos if you want anything else that isn't a long-term style relationship. I think that you'd get really good results. I think that you'd get better results on apps that weren't Tinder. So even things like Coffee Meets Bagel, even Bumble, Hinge, actually, I think you could do really well. So apps that are slightly more relationship focused than Tinder, I think you'd get even better results. Stay on Tinder by all means, but try getting these photos and this profile up on them. I think you might get a much better hit rate there. Now that's the end of my Tinder review, guys. I've been inundated by guys' profiles to have a look at, so I can't look at any more. You please don't send me any more. I will never get around to them. However, if you'd like help building a perfect Tinder profile, not just that, but writing amazing first messages, getting matches, getting dates, getting high conversion rates on Tinder, the kind that you have always kind of dreamed of but have struggled with, I've got an online School of Tinder course which holds your hand step by step through the Tinder profile building stage to the messaging women, matching with women, flirting with them, building rapport, getting them out on dates. It holds your hand through the whole process. It's a step-by-step program. That's going to help you get those results. If you're interested to check that out, go ahead and click the link below. Are there other factors in these profiles that you saw, that you think that I should have given feedback? Let me know in the comments below. Was there something that I missed from these profiles that I should have said, feedback I should have given to some of these guys? Let me know in the comments below. And again, of course, if you're interested in my program, go ahead and check that out. It's on special for a very limited time only, so you don't want to miss out on that at all. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Be sure to hit the little bell icon next to the subscribe button and you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. Have a fantastic week. I'm Damien. Take care.